Yes, Troponin Nutrition. Justin is my nutritionalist I work with for bodybuilding. I've had a couple people ask me about what a day in my diet looks like. This is right now. Um, I am not as strict with as it was during contest prep, but this is kind of what today looks like. So I just thought I would record a medium day so you can see what a medium day looks like. Right now, I am doing 3 medium days a week, 3 high days a week, and 1 low day a week. I train 6 days a week, so the medium and high days are on training days. But this kind of give you a high level look at what the diet looks like. So my macros right now for the medium day, I am doing a 100, or I'm sorry, 75 grams of carbs. In the 4 meals that are outside of the training window, 50 grams of protein and 7 grams of added fat. For my pre workout meal, I am doing 125 grams of carbs, 50 grams of protein, 0 grams of added fat. For my intra workout, that's actually a typo. I'm doing 25 grams of carbs and 10 grams of protein from branch chain amino acids. Um, Post workout, same deal, 125 grams of carbs, 50 grams of protein. Um, I'll go through and I'm going to do some videos of the individual meals so you can see what they look like as well. The notes on it, meals are spaced 2.5 to 3 hours apart. I found if I go any sooner than 2.5 hours, usually I'm not done digesting the last meal, so they just kind of pile on top of each other and cause indigestion. 3 hours usually is if I have enough time to space them out 3 hours apart, that's optimal for me for digestion. I get past 3 hours, I notice my blood sugar starts getting a little low. Uh, Fats. The fat macros that are detailed in the diet are added fats only. I am not counting the fats that come from meat and carb sources, although they're pretty low in fat. So when I say 7 grams of fat, that's added fat, and that comes from um, essential sources such as nuts, nut butter, olive oil, avocado oil, fish oil, um, uh, things like that. Macadamia nut oil, whatever. Meats are lean meats only. I primarily eat 99% chicken breast. I get 96% ground beef. It's kind of hard to find. Walmart has it of all fucking places. But I usually get it at Walmart. Whitefish, I mostly stick with cod. For the whitefish, cod tastes like shit. Well, actually tastes like nothing, but um, I can't hardly taste anything. Anyway, with having uh, COVID long haul taste symptoms, so it's whatever. Things I do avoid, I have over the years kind of developed my own methodology with foods to avoid. I know things that blow my stomach up. Too many vegetables. I know that seems counterintuitive. Everybody says eat more vegetables, eat more vegetables. If I eat too many vegetables, I am playing fire with my butthole. They just tear my stomach up for some reason. Anybody with IBS, which kind of embarrassed to admit that I have it, will know what I'm talking about. But salad just goes right through me. I can't even eat salad very rarely, or if I do, I have to do it in moderation. Excessive gluten. I can have some gluten, but if I eat too much gluten, it definitely bloats me up. Dairy is a no-go for me. I'm going to be farting like a rhinoceros if I eat dairy. Overdoing the hot sauce. I can get away with a little bit. Sometimes I fool myself into thinking that I can get away with more than I can, and I pay the price later. Uh, Garlic. I can have a very limited amount of garlic, but garlic also destroys my stomach. Egg whites, I don't know what the hell happened. I used to eat the shit out of egg whites. I'd have them every day for breakfast, and all of a sudden I developed an intolerance for them. I just cannot eat them anymore. They make me sick almost instantly when I eat them now. I don't know what that's about. Too much, yeah, hot sauce on here twice. That's how much I have to think about it. Hot peppers as well. I got to be careful with hot peppers. Too much coffee. I can get away with a little bit of coffee. For whatever reason, energy drinks don't bother me. So there's something unique about the coffee. My gastroenterologist said it's the acid within the coffee, not the caffeine that people always assume that it's caffeine that upsets your stomach. He said that's not the case. He said it's the acid in the coffee that causes you stomach distress for people with sensitive stomachs. Too many potatoes too. Uh, I know potatoes tend to be a staple of a bodybuilder's diet. I can get away with them like once a day, but they give me some serious indigestion. I get bloated, and especially sweet potatoes. I can do one meal a day with sweet potatoes. I can get away with that, but if I go beyond that, I get bloated and I get acid reflux, pretty bad. Rice seems to be the most agreeable carb source for me. I can eat a shit ton of rice, no problems. Rice digests easily. Um, Measurement isn't an option. Or not measurement, not measuring isn't an option. Another typo here, but you have to measure your foods. You can't guess. And I'll tell you, I've tried it both ways, using measuring cups and measuring spoons versus using the gram scale. You can be off as much as 10, 20% when you're using measuring cups. Uh, I mean, it's better than nothing. But I when I started weighing out my rice, I was 10, 15 grams of carbs off on every rice measurement from using a measurement cup. I mean, it was all over the place, which is nuts. So I started weighing everything out with the gram scale, and you get more accurate readings that way. So anyway, here we go with the actual meals broken down themselves. So meal one on the medium day with the Justin Harris Troponin Nutrition diet on my rebound. Currently, I am eating 75 grams of carbs, 50 grams of protein, 7 grams of added fat. So for this one, I'll have some Quaker old-fashioned oats. I will do the organic Kirkland organic blueberries in those oats. I season the oats with some Himalayan sea salt, a little bit of Saigon cinnamon from Kirkland. I will do a rice cake. This is my nut butter delivery system. The rice cakes are only 11 grams of carbs per serving, and I will measure out some nut butter and put on it. Also, chicken breast. I cook all my chicken breast in advance. The chicken breast is weighed out, cooked weight. The oats I do dry weight since I'm not cooking a bunch of them at a time, and it's hard to factor in all the water you put in it anyway. Blueberries, etc. I also, with the nut butter, I know a lot of people use a tablespoon to measure it out. I found that it's so calorically dense, you have to weigh it out to be accurate with it. So I actually put the rice cake on the gram scale, and I will actually weigh out the nut butter to make sure that I have an accurate accounting of how much fat I have. Occasionally I'll wing it if I'm in a hurry, but especially when I'm on my contest diet, everything is weighed and measured down to the exact gram. I don't use measuring cups or measuring spoons, not to say that, they're better than nothing, but it's not as accurate as weighing out with a scale. And I will show you the finished product. I'm not going to bore you with cooking all this stuff. For the finished meal here, I have my blueberry oatmeal, my chicken, and my rice cake with almond butter on it. I have all my vitamins and supplements portioned out for the day. Sometimes I'll just eat the chicken plain. I know it's disgusting, but whatever. You learn how to choke shit down. Sometimes I will, and if I do, I'll account for it. I use the no sugar added Heinz tomato ketchup. If you look at the nutrition on it, I believe it's 2 grams of carbs per tablespoon, so it's pretty insignificant. Or I'll just use some regular old mustard, brown mustard, like Gulden's or something. really has no calories in it, or very minimal amount of calories. Or I'll just dump some seasoning or something on it. But I generally eat pretty bland because my stomach is sensitive. But this is meal number 1. So meals 2 and 4, I eat rice, lean ground beef. I use guacamole for the fat. So my concoction here is beef. Usually I use 96.4 ground beef from Walmart. I get these little guacamole cups from Walmart. They're exact macros that I need. I think they're like 7 grams of fat per. I put some tomatillo sauce on there. Rice, if you don't have one of these Zojirushi rice cookers, do yourself a favor. Buy one. It is well worth the money if you're eating rice all fucking day long. It makes the best rice I've ever had. This is meal number 2, meal number 4. Meal 4, this is my stir fry that I do. It's pretty simple. I really can't eat a lot of vegetables because my blood hole will pay me back. So this is the meal I usually do some vegetables in. I get this shredded, this broccoli cabbage mix. It's for broccoli slaw. It's got broccoli, cabbage, and carrots in it, so that way it's kind of like eating vegetables without eating vegetables. I put Himalayan sea salt in it. I fry it in a half a tablespoon of avocado oil, which is 7 grams of added fat. Season it with ginger powder, Kikkoman's soy sauce, and a little bit of ponzu. If you don't know what ponzu is, it's a lemon flavored soy sauce. It's got a little bit of carbs in it, nothing significant, maybe like a gram or 2 per tablespoon. Chicken, of course, and good old rice. And then the end product is this, which is 50 grams of protein, 75 grams of carbs, 7 grams of added fat. That's meal number 4. So meal 5 and 6 today are going to be the same thing. Usually I do cod for meal 6, but today it is chicken and rice, mainly because I'm just lazy and don't feel like fucking cooking cod. I don't have any already made, so I'd have to cook it. So we're just going with chicken. That is Sweet Baby Ray's, not KC Masterpiece. No sugar added hickory barbecue sauce. This shit is awesome. 4 grams of carbs per 2 tablespoons, and it tastes great. For my Intra-Workout, I do 25 grams of carbs from highly branched cyclic dextrin. True Nutrition, I always get their stuff, quality supplements. I use the True Nutrition EAA Plus amino acids. They have some electrolytes and whatnot in them as well. And I mix those up in about 40 ounces of water. Sip on that while I work out. And that is my workout window meal. I will have the chicken and rice pre-workout probably about an hour and a half before I work out. I'll sip on the intro while I work out, rinse and repeat after the workout. And that's it for the day. That's a medium carb day with Justin Harris from Troponin Nutrition.